Well, good day everybody. This is episode number 2. Today we'll take all the gaskets out of the lids. And this here's got double plate on both lids, which makes it very, very stiff and strong. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all these tack welds that are in here. We're going to drill it out and remove the center plate. And I'll try and keep it intact as best as I can. Might use that down the road. So I'm going to do it with this one, the other one. Then I'll probably start working on the door and getting that ready, and then grabbing some material in the back of the shop to put some grating in the bottom. And then I may be putting together a combustion chamber. I'll cross that bridge when it comes, but I was thinking last night I might do that. So right now, I'm just going through I had a big box of hinges, so I took all my hinges out. I think something like this is just too aggressive, too much weight. Then I was going to go with these antique ones from the 50s, which is pretty cool, nice rounded edge. But again, that might be too aggressive and too big. These are from the 40s. Again, I'll find another project for them. So for now, it's a choice. Between this brass one and this here one here, which is like a galvanized. I like the brass one for the size. I might go with this one here, but I'll test fit the door and we'll see. So I'll keep a couple of these out for now, and then put the rest away. So anyways, I'm just going to clean up here, and I'll bring you right back once I put everything away and get my project started. See you in a bit. Alright, first thing we got to do, like I said, is we got to remove the rubber gaskets. So we'll start off with that. I was going to use my Huntsman, but I think I'm going to dig out using this here, what I call a shop knife. No edge, no nothing, but I like the tip on it for prying. So let's take that rubber gasket out. Okay, as you can see, it's a big enough gasket. I'm not going to get rid of that because that'll fit into my other can if need be, or I can use that for something else. I don't throw nothing away. There you go, there's the other gasket out. Alright, so now, I don't know if you could see that. Let me see. But anyways, you can see some spots where it's spot welded. So I'm going to drill all the spot welds out to remove this plate from inside the lids. All right. And I may cut off some other parts after that, but for now we're going to remove this and the other one. Okay, so for this project, I got my drill. Okay, that's just a DeWalt. Now I'll get a drill bit. Okay, I'm going to use a 15/64, and that's should be good enough to take out the welds. So that's what I'll use. I'll grab that, put it aside, and yeah, I think it'll work. So let's drill it out and see what happens. All right, so this one here is also drilled out. Now I'm going to do the same thing and remove the handle. So I got 4 here and 4 here to drill out. I'll bring you right back. All right, so I completed that job. And you got to be very patient, okay? I think this is probably, if I'd have to guess, 16, 18 gauge. Yeah, I would say it'd be pretty close to that. So this is for the handle. So I was able to save the 2 pieces. I didn't ruin them. All right, so we'll put that aside. There's the handle. Not ruined whatsoever. Same as the other one. And also these here. Never ruined them. I just drilled them out. And you got to be patient. You don't go too hard, because you'll end up going right through your lid. You know what I mean? So This is the lid that was in the smaller one. I may use that for something, so I'll keep that aside. And there you go. There's the spot welds. Okay, you can see all the spot welds. I didn't go through the lid. Same as here. So now this is clean, very clean. Now, what I might do is I might drill out the hinge. This part here and the handle. I'll probably drill that out and just keep the plate, and that'll be my my oven door. I'll probably use this as the oven door, but I'll cross that bridge later. All right, again, this was the inside plate. Okay, this here I'm definitely going to use. That's going to be my baffle near my chimney, so that way I can have a double burn depending on what I'm going to do down here. But that came out very nice. It's fairly straight, hardly any warpage whatsoever. So this will definitely be reused. And again, like this is heavy gauge. Okay, you can see the spot welds. And again here, I can't say it enough. I've seen too many people trying to drill all this out and go right through the lid. And then use JB Weld to try and patch it. So take your time. Always use a bigger drill bit than your hole. All right, that way you want to be able to cut around it. So anyways, that's done. This lid's done. Now let's see what we can do about a door. Now that I got all the parts off the lid, I'm going to start working on my box. Now, it's pretty thick gauge. Very thick gauge. I would say probably 16-18. 16-18 for sure, anyways. That's just a guess. So anyways, I want to save the bottom so it doesn't burn out. I want it to last as long as it can before I have to cut out and replace the bottom, right? So what I'm going to do now is I have some mesh here, okay, that I'm going to cut out. Then I'm going to bend the two sides and put it down in my box, and I'll probably have maybe 3/4 inch lip, okay, and then it'll just sit right inside. I'm going to have to use my very expensive metal tin press, you know, that you use when you're doing sheet metal and stuff like that. So I may as well get that ready to bend this. And there it is. There's my two pieces that makes a nice press. I'm just going to put that in a big vise and then use the rubber mallet and fold it over. And it should be no problem because it's bigger than the pieces there. All right, so that's going to be my press. Okay, so all my pieces that I got here, these two are pretty well a little bit bigger than the box. This one's a little bit too big. But this one here, I could probably get away with cutting probably just get away with cutting one rib off. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to use my my grinder with the cutting wheel, and I'm just going to notch it all off, take it off, and then see if it fits, and then fold my two sides. All right, so I'm going to set myself up, and I'll bring you right back. All right, fits good. It's only got probably 1/8 plate, same as the chimney pieces. So that's good. All right. So what I'll do now is I'll measure my bends, and then I'll use my homemade metal brake and a rubber mallet, bend them up, put them in the bottom, see how it fits, and then we'll carry on. So I'm going to set that up right now. Okay, so now comes the easy part. Just got to bend this over. I got a line here, so it seems to be following it pretty good. All right, so that side's done. All right, so let's give her a push. Okay, let's fit it in the box. All right, let's see how it fits. It is nice and tight. All right. Yeah, it's going to fit good. No problem. Okay, I can't put that in right away because I still want to cut out my door and I don't want the grate in the way. So I think I'll set up right now and we'll cut my door. Okay, I'll set you up. All right. So I chose to cover it in painter's tape. That way it'll be easier to mark with a pencil. So what I did is I found my center. So now I'll just square it off as best as I can. Okay. I know we're not building a piano. But anyways. So now I found true center, okay, of this whole piece here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come down 1/8 of an inch, draw my door, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to leave a 1/4 inch on the bottom and the sides. Okay, that's going to be my lid. So for cutting out the hole, I'm going to come 1/2 inch in, or even 3/4. I'll come 3/4 of the way in, cut out the hole. That way I still going to be 1/4 inch from the edge and the bottom, plus I'll have 1/2 inch to put my felt. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to draw out my part that I'm going to have to cut. All right? And I'll bring you right back. All right. So I completed the door. So the door is going to be roughly 5 1/8 by 5 3/8. So what I'm going to do now is I'll use my I don't know if I'm going to use my plasma cutter. I might just use my grinder and I'll cut that out. Yeah, I'll probably just use my grinder. I'll use the plasma cutter for something else. But for now, I'll use the grinder, cut it the way it sits. And I'll get back to you once that's all cut out. right. So there you go. The hole's done. There you go. Nice clean cut. So all I'm going to do now is work it with a file. So I'll take all the tape off and then work it with the file. Clean her up so nobody cuts themselves. So I'll bring you back once that's done. All right, so the hole's done. Okay, it's a clean hole. It's nice and straight, and there's no way you're going to cut yourself on here. There's no sharp edges whatsoever. Okay, no sharp edges whatsoever. Usually what people will do when they cut their hole is they'll leave it a 1/4 inch wider all the way, make a slot to the corners, and then fold it over. You know what I mean? And that way it gives a nice edge. But I didn't do that. I didn't think it was necessary. But it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. But I think that's a very clean cut. I didn't have to fold it over or anything like that. And I kept the part here, okay, so that when I make my door, I'm going to use this to make my damper. I'll use this because I think that's going to work pretty good. Okay, so anyways, that's what I've got done so far. This is nice and, oh, great. How does it fit? Let's check it out. Where is she binding? All right, so the grate's in. Fits pretty good, it's nice and tight. Good place to gather up all the burnt wood, all the ash, and that's solid, you know what I mean? That's solid. So when I do put my damper roughly right here, half of it will be coming on the bottom and half of it on the top. All right, so that's a clean fit right there. Clean fit. I don't mind that height. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my my pipes in here to see how many, because I obviously lost some room, right? So I'll probably put my pipes in here, see how many I can get. And if I'm not happy with it, I'll just take this out, put it just a little less tight, so it just goes in and out nice and easy. And when it's time to pack her in and pack her out, I'll just take this out, turn it upside down, put it back in, fill it up with my pipes, and then when I go to install it, pull all my pipes out, pull this out, turn it up, put it that, and that's what I'll do. So the next thing I'm going to have to do now is make my door. But I'm going to have to take a break because I just got a text that dinner's ready. So I'll probably come back tomorrow and just do the door. So anyways, that's what I've got done so far. So thanks for dropping in, guys. And stay tuned for episode 3. Take care. Bye now.